What I want to do today is take you through setting the system up initially. In other words, if you decide that you want to be a client and you say, okay, John, I like it, allocate a system for me, I'll go and do my tech thing, and then I'll get back to you with a computer address, a URL by email. You'll click that link, and this screen here is what you're going to see. In that email, I'm going to provide you with a username and password. So what you do is you enter it here, username, password, you click login. Now this is your main menu. Right now I'm working on a demo system, so this is basically a blank system. So this is the way you would start. So what we want to do, reviewing this screen now, you've got these general areas that you can work in. We've got job management, where you can put your drawings and those kind of things. We've got labor and accounting. One thing about this system that you're going to enjoy is everything, all your hours and equipment hours and rental hours and materials go into a job. We have instant invoicing. You're going to make a lot of money. You're going to like this. Estimating system. We have a thing here that basically you'll pull items from your rate sheet right onto the estimate, assign hours to them, click a button and output the printer, and you're done. Takes only a few minutes and the estimates are accurate. Down here in this yellow section we have what we call tickets. These are basically invoices that you can send to your customer to get signature, so that you've got something binding, that working. And in this area here we've got, this is where we deal with labor costs and material costs. We've got this set up so you can modify, say, your rental equipment hours, your cost of your equipment on a single screen, and press update and you're done. Super fast. And over in this area here we've got scheduling and posting. So basically you'll set up work crews. We can put up to 20 work crews. You can assign your guys and equipment and so forth to each crew, so everybody knows what they're doing. In addition to that, when at the end of the day you can hit post hours, and say you've got an office manager, she can talk to the supervisor in the field and she says, okay, this guy had this many hours, this guy, and fill that screen in and post it. It goes right into your accounting system, so everything will be in this system every day, so it's all up to date. Customers, everything, you're gonna make more money and you're gonna love it. So getting there, what we have to do is we have to put what we call assets into the system. Now your assets are these links across the top here. They're basically customers, employees, equipment, rental equipment, and materials. These go into the system initially, so I'm going to show you how to do that now. When you first start out, the very first thing you're going to want to do is add your users. Now, users are not employees. Users are people in your office. So you can think of it as your office manager. In other words, these are the 3 or 4 people that are closest to you involved in running your company. So what you're going to do is you're going to, from the main menu, you're going to go up into this upper left corner and you're going to hit Add Asset. So you click that, you hit this, click into this button right here, which is Admin, Super, and Foreman. Those are the 3 user types, and then hit Proceed to Next Step. Now here, everything above this gray line is more or less essential. Everything down here is optional. You can fill it out, phone numbers and things like that if you want. So here you're going to put first name, last name, department, optional, user type. Like I said, there's administrators, there's foremen, and there's supervisors. So you're going to select administrator. Administrator can get everywhere within the software. These are for your key people. So, and then you just hit add system user. Now the users now are going to be listed up here. So if I click this link here, you can see now the user that I just added is right here. Now if I want to edit that information, I just click edit, and I can add phone numbers and so forth, and hit update and close, and now that system is there. So that's basically, that's how you set up your users. Now looking at this now, if I take this, there's three types of users. Administrator, they have, just like it sounds, they've got total control over the entire software. Supervisors are people basically like administrators. The difference is they're responsible for a group of invoices. So in other words, a supervisor, there's going to be tickets open to the supervisors, so they're responsible for getting the money in. So foremen are the guys in the field running the crews, and what they can do is they can get online and they can see job documents, for example, drawings and those kind of things that you'll be able to upload into your system. The other thing, they can put safety documents in place that different requirements that need to be met for the job. So the foremen are like in the field. So that's basically it for users. A typical construction company, you could do $30 million a year and only have 8 or 10 users. So that's basically, we may have 200 employees, but you'll only have 8 or 10 users. So that's basically all there is to putting your users in. You want to get them in and established. The idea being everybody's in this software all the time running your company. That's what it's intended for. That's what it'll do. Now that you have your users in the system, the next thing we're going to do is add some employees. Now employees are basically your workers, the people that are doing the actual construction work in the field. So basically we're going to start the same way. We're going to hit add asset. We're going to click into employee, and we're going to go proceed to next step. So here, company, I'm going to put demo, first name, last name, hourly rate, we're going to say $61 an hour. Job title, we're going to say finisher. And then we're going to click add to system. Now if I go to employees now, you can see that Bill Shaw has been added to the system. If I need to edit anything regarding his profile, I click edit. Now it's important to note the things that are, what's going to happen is as you get going, as you fill this in, you're going to be these employees are going to be coming up in drop down lists and so forth. So it's like when you go to set up a crew for the day, for example, you're going to have a list of your employees to drag onto the job. So you want to make sure that that those fields above the line here are filled in correctly. This $61 rate is going to go on invoices and things. The beauty of this system is when you set it up properly, you don't need to do a lot. In other words, you're going to be operating with total clarity and at lightning speed compared to what you're used to doing. So bottom line here, get the first name in, the last name in, the hourly rate accurate, and the job title accurate. Then update, and that's all there is to it. Now that we've got our employees in the system, the next thing we're going to do is put our equipment in the system. Now equipment is important. You're going to see it on invoices, you're going to see it in schedules. When you schedule crews and so forth, we're going to schedule the equipment in, and it's going to go on invoices. You're going to charge for it. So anyway, we basically start the same way. We go up here, we hit add asset, we click into equipment, we hit proceed to next step. Now I'm going to put demo for company, and what I'm going to do with a piece of equipment here is air compressor with Hammer pipeline. The rate for this equipment is $290 per day. That's what we're going to charge for it. So I'm going to hit add asset to system. Now you can see my equipment now. It's in there. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go do the same way. You're going to want to go through and you're going to want to enter all your equipment exactly like that. It's got to have its rate and what it is, and it's going to show up in drop down lists and things throughout the software. So that's basically how we're doing that. Now additionally, we want our rental equipment in here. So we're going to click main menu. We're going to go now to add asset, and this time we're going to click into rental. Proceed to next step. Now the rental company, you know, AAA rental or whatever it happens to be, it's actually kind of arbitrary. And then this piece of equipment is going to be a Bobcat loader operated. It's going to be, the rate on this is going to be $130 per hour. I'm going to click add asset to system. Now I come up here and I click rental. You can see that that's in there. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go in and fill in all your rental equipment and make sure that it's priced accurately, because you're going to use it in estimates and it's also going to show up on your invoices. Now, the last thing you're going to want to do before we can actually begin working in the system is enter materials. So basically it's the same thing. We go to add asset, we click into material, proceed to next step. Now we're going to put the material company in here. The material we're going to say is 3/8" rock. The rate is $18 per ton. Actually, we'll per ton. And then press add asset to system. Now you can go up here to materials and you can see that it's entered. If you need to change it, it'd be a good idea, if you want, to put contact information, so when you got to order this, you've got a link right off your main menu. So basically that's it. We've got if you go to main menu, we've got our employees, our equipment, our rental equipment, and our materials in the system. So now we can start work. Your assets, as we like to call them, are off your main menu. So if you get to the main menu, these links are going to be here, and when you click on these, it's going to be real simple. There's just a screen with all your employees listed, or this screen with all your equipment listed, or all your rental equipment listed. So you can see right off the bat, we don't make this difficult. It's like everything's going to be right there at your fingertips and ready to go. So that's basically how you want to get organized. Just get those materials in there accurately. I mean, in terms of what they are and the price accurately. And the next step, what we'll do is we'll set up an estimate and a proposal.